Right, so you're looking at Patrick Pathshala, where we're looking at a few methods of how to solve and then try to figure out better methods and good methods of trying to solve sums. So let's start. So basically, anyone who's writing the aptitude test, it will benefit him. The basic idea is we'll take up a few sums and just discuss the methods that are beneficial in terms of trying to solve things faster. Right? Important because in any aptitude test, time is a constraint. The moment you can solve sums faster, it always helps you to solve more sums or you get more marks accordingly. Right? Be it any test, I mean speed-based test or any test, the moment you can solve things fast and use the right methods, your accuracy improves and your marks also improves because you can solve more number of questions. So let's look at a few questions. So we'll take up a few questions and try to understand. The ratio of selling price of two articles A and B. I'll just give you the formula that you can use out here. I mean cost price. If you want to find cost price from selling price, is cost price selling price upon 1 plus profit percentage. That's how you find cost price from selling price. So try solving this. They have already given ratio of selling price because we want a final thing as ratio. The actual value is not important. You can take the value as 2 and 3 or you can take it 200, 300. Right, so if you look at cost price of first and cost price of second, okay, we use the formula. It's nothing but selling price upon 1 plus profit percentage is to selling price upon 1 plus profit percentage. Now, selling price is 2 and 3. Profit percentage in the first case is 1.25, second case is 1.2. Okay, first case 1.25, second case is 1.2. Right? You can cross multiply. 3 into 1.2 is equal to, say 2 into 1.2 is equal to 3 into 1.25. Remove the points, double, so it becomes 2 into 120, 3 into 125. And now you can solve it in the sense like it goes. So if you look at 5 25s are 125, 5 24s are, and 3 will go in 8. So you'll get 16 is to 25, which is D option. Okay, 16 is to 25, which is D option. You can also make out that the second value will be a multiple of 5 because 125 is 5 cube. When it goes there is 5 cube value which is there. 1 of 5 will get cancelled, but there will be some 5s remaining in the second value. The only option with 5s in the second value is 25. You can make out the answer is D option. Or as I said, you can directly put the formula, you'll get the answer in this case. Some of these basic formulas you should know, it helps you to solve things quickly. Also know the multiples. As I said, you know 125 is 5 cube, so automatically when you substitute, you should get somewhere multiple of 5 in the second value, and that will help you in some cases. In this case you can directly solve, but some cases multiples helps you to get answer faster. You can use the formula saying that sum of the whole AP is average into N. Okay, sum of the whole AP is average into N. And average is nothing but the first value plus last value, which is there 100. First value in 100 term upon 2, which is 50.5 term. It's basically average of 50 and 51st term, or 50.5 term. Number of terms is 100. And this maybe you can find the answer without calculation also. You can find the answer using the options without calculating also. You can find out, or you can find out by calculation, whichever way you're comfortable. So what is given out here is 23rd term is given to you and 78th term is given to you. And technically if you look at 23rd and 78th का average 23rd plus 78 upon 2 is 50.5, which here becomes 711 upon 91 plus 1280 upon 91 upon 2 average, which is 10. 7 plus 12 is 19, 11 upon 91 plus 80 upon 91 is 1, basically becomes 20 upon 2, which is 10. Now you can use sum is equal to average. Average is 10 because 50.5 term is average, which is 10, into number of terms 100, which is 1000. Okay. How else can you make out without calculating? You can make out that 23rd term is 7 something, 78th term is 12 something. So on an average the value will be around 10 approximately. All the values will be approximate because 23rd, which is almost the starting value, is 7 and last value is 12, so somewhere the average will be 10 approximately. I'm not calculating it, I'm just saying 7, 12, somewhere between 10. If average is 10 for 100 terms, the total is 10 into 100,000. You can definitely find the answer because the moment you know 2 terms of a AP and at which term it is, you can definitely find the arithmetic progression, the whole series you can find out. And since you can find the whole series, you can definitely find it is determined, you can find it out. The moment you can find out, you can obviously approximate and find out that it would be 1000. Average 10, 100 terms, 1000. None of the options are close by. So answer is C option. Normally one way to do inequality sum is equate it and try to find the answer. Make it equal to and try to figure out the answer. Draw it on a graph obviously and then equate and try to figure out what could be the answer for it. Put x as 0. So if you put x as 0, you get a point of y. Put y as 0, you'll get a point of x. Draw the graph and try to figure out the area. But remember, x is less than or equal to 0. So you can draw the whole graph first and then from there you can. For example, if I put x, I'm just giving x as 0. So what do you get? 4y. Make inequality sign is equal to. So y can be 3 plus 3 or minus 3 because mod sign is there becomes. So y can be plus 3 or minus 3. If I put y as 0, right, you will get 3x equal to 12. So you will get x as plus 4 or minus 4. In geometry, it's preferable drawing the diagram. It becomes easier to understand. So if you look at it now, how you can be a box type or it can be like a kite type. How do you find out? Put x equal to 1 and check out. If you put x equal to 1, you get 3 plus 4y, let's say. I'm taking positive values right now, equal to 12. So you get 4y equal to 9. So y is something on 2 point something. So that means when x equal to 1, it is somewhere in between. That means this line is the whole thing. It's a straight line. You can make out that x and y are not powers, it is individual, therefore straight line. So straight line, straight line, straight line and straight line. What is the area of this whole figure? It's a kite with diagonals which are perpendicular, or rhombus you can say. Half into product of diagonals. When the diagonals are perpendicular or quadrilateral, the formula is half into product of diagonals. So it is half into 6 into 8, 24. This is the area of the whole figure. But I have a constraint which says x has to be less than 0. If x has to be less than 0, that means we are talking of half of the figure. Because half is positive, half is negative. That means the answer will be 24 upon 2, which is 12. 12 is the answer. Okay. First we put x as 0, you get 2 points of y. You put y as 0, you get 2 points of x. From that, when you draw, you get a figure like kite. Area is 48, but they have said x is less than 0. That means you want half the area. Half the area will be 12 upon 2. That's the answer. Next sum. You can calculate, but there is an easy way to solve. Difficulty level of CAT can vary. I mean, these are some of the sums where difficulty level can be there. There can be higher level sums and lower level sums also. But yes, these are sums from the mock, so that means it's more or less similar to the difficulty level of the CAT. That's what I would say. It looks a little difficult because a lot of calculation, etc. But if I look at it one way, there were 240 people initially. 60 men joined, so that means 300, but all of them consumed at 20% efficiency. So that means they 80%. They were consuming at 80% of what they used to consume. So which becomes 240. Between initially there were 240. Now also the consumption is 240 people only. Initially the 240 people consumed. Now also the consumption is equivalent to 240 people. So there is no change. So you can't have more days or less days. There is no change. So answer is actually none of these. B option. Okay. There were 240 people initially. 60 people added. So 300 people. But all of them, every person decreases daily consumption by 20%. That means they ate 80% of the food. So 80% of 300 is 240. Initially there were 240. Later there were 240. So there is no increase in the numbers in terms of people. So it's the same. So that means the number of days they took to consume also is the same. 240. That means none of the above, no change. D option. Simple interest. PNR upon 100. Here the simple interest in both cases, the before and after case is same. So one case is that principal interest is the same. Simple interest in the first case is equal to simple interest second case, because we are talking of same amount. So when you say P into N into R, now your N and R are different. Equal to P, principal is same, N and R are different. So rate of simple interest becomes 1.5 times, so 3 upon 2 times. So R2 will be 3 upon 2 R1 basically. If I calculate comparing the two, R2 is 3 upon 2 R1. If you look at R1 will get cancelled, 100 will get cancelled, PP will get cancelled. So N2 is nothing but 2/3 of N1. That means the number of period becomes, so the reduction is 1/3 or 33 before P. Technically, if you look at when the product of two terms is constant, they are inversely proportional. So if one goes 3 upon 2 times, the other will become 2 upon 3 times. So from the original value 1, you are reducing it by 2 by 3. That means you are reducing by 1/3 or 33.33%. You can use using formula, but one direct way is, because the principal and the amount is the same, so number of years and interest has to become constant, because if P and it is the same, then N into R is constant. So if N is 3 upon 2 times, then R becomes 2 upon 3 times. They are inversely proportional. 2 upon 3 means from original 1 it has gone to 2 upon 3, which will become reduction of 1/3, which becomes 33.13% decrease. Right? Fine. So with this we wind up. We will have this session every Wednesday at 10:15. Good night and see you in the next session.